It's a sweeping decision that completely eviscerates the right to abortion that Americans have enjoyed for half a century. It completely overrules Roe and Casey, which the vast majority of American people didn't want the court to do. So the court really swung for the fences here and issued the bombshell that people were expecting. Well, I would say that the conservative movement in this country have been working for decades for this outcome. So it's not a shock. I think the right to abortion has been chipped away at for a couple of decades. And so it's gotten smaller and smaller in its protections. But I do think the change in personnel in the Supreme Court absolutely explains today's decision, which is why so many Americans have lost faith in the Supreme Court, because it appears to be implementing the political platform of one of the parties. Well, I think one thing in this Dobbs opinion that's clearly under threat now is all of the other cases that were built on the substantive due process line of precedent that Roe and Casey were built on. Same-sex marriage, the right to same-sex intimacy, the right to contraception. The court says that its opinion doesn't undermine those decisions, but the doctrinal test that it adopts absolutely calls those decisions into question. And I think another thing is that the court has adopted a very subjective test that enables it to pick and choose. And I think there's a worry that it will now implement its policy views and that there's a lot of space for it to do that. In states with trigger laws, abortion will become illegal immediately or very, very shortly. And the only thing that was protecting people's right in those states was the federal constitutional right, which is now gone. So there will be a major change. After 50 years, people have enjoyed this right. They won't anymore in those states. In states that protect abortion statutorily or under their own constitutions, there won't be a change. So we'll see a further divide between red and blue states in terms of the rights that are available. I would expect to see state legislators passing, for first of all, bans. Second of all, attempts to bar medication abortion, sending pills through the mail, attempts to bar people from traveling to other states, maybe even attempts to reach out beyond their borders and punish people who aid and abet abortions in other states, but on people that are residents in their states. I think it's really the Wild West of abortion restrictions, and we're going to see a lot more of them.